Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, Gautam.
Good evening, everyone. Happy Diwali, happy Shubho Vijaya Dashami, and advance short and Jagadhati Puja. Welcome to all the market friends, equity friends, our colleagues, and our mentor and senior. First, I introduce our two mentors today's program. Number one is Mr. Romit Borat, and number two is Dr. Saurabh Majumdar. Just I first introduce them. After that, we can discuss everything. So everybody, we are accustomed with Romit Da, but Dr. Saurabh Majumdar is in our system a very new person. Just some brief of his career. He's on ex-Bankarian from HSBC last 28 years. After VRS, he has taken as a acting principal of Barasat College, and is a doctorate on equity research, PhD on that, and everything he will be a PhD in area finance of capital market from ICFI University Jharkhand, Ranchi 2017. A certified financial risk manager FRM from Global Association of Risk Professions GRP USA 2011. A chartered financial analyst CFA from ICFI Hyderabad 2006. A certified associate member from Indian Institute of Banking and Finance CIB Mumbai 1999. BSc Mathematics honors from Jadavpur University Kolkata 1987. Certified member from International Compliance Association in Anti-Money Laundering and Sanction Compliance, awarded in association with Manchester Business School 2015. Joined HSBC Bank, Kolkata as a banking assistant in March 1989 and opted voluntary retirement on September 2017 after completing 28 years and 7 months of service in various departments. Worked in Bengal Institute of Business Studies, BIBS, Kolkata as a research analyst, and worked from September 2018 to October 2019. Worked in Techno India Institute of Technology, Kolkata as an assistant professor from November 2019 to December 2019, and responsible for the teaching BBA and MBA students. Worked as a professor in Institute of Engineering and Management, Salt Lake, Kolkata from January 2020 to July 2020 on contractual basis, and responsible for teaching MBA and PGDM finance students papers, financial derivatives and international finance. Presently working as a professor in eminent group of college, Kolkata, and responsible for teaching BBA students in the areas of finance. Award recognition, Best Research Award in International Scientist Award by Very Good Professional Association India for the year 2020. So many times we'll take about him to speak. So I am not just short brief. So Professor Dr. Saurabh Majumdar, Please unmute and introduce yourself.
Yeah, good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Just
you have-
introduction. After that, we are Romit will introduce, and after that we will go to the main point.
okay. As you all know that I am an ex-banker and I have a keen interest in stock market. So I pursued my study along with my job and did all these some degrees, and ultimately I got my PhD. So my topic of my PhD was a very interesting topic about the valuation of the Indian stock market, whether it is performing in a rational way or not, whether the informations are being discounted in the prices of the stocks, and about the efficient market hypothesis, which is a very important hypothesis, which is relating to stock market, which was introduced by Eugene Fama, who got the Nobel Prize in 2014. And but I do not have much knowledge about this mutual fund industry from the sales point of view. Everybody is saying that now the situation is changing. Now, the situations are being, becoming more tough. And why these changes and what are these changes? Frankly speaking, I do not have any idea. So that I want to know from you, that what are the changes that has been introduced by SEBI by introducing some new courses. I have today morning only I went through some of the NISM certifications programs and found that some courses are equivalent to the level 1 of the CFA program, international CFA program. They are very high level, and and in 10A I have seen that all the sections of the equity related finance have been covered. And similarly, like some other courses like equity research and derivatives, all the sections of the academics have been covered in this NISM certification. So that has become very much exhaustive, that I can say. So I want to know from you that what are these changes and why these changes are required in the mutual fund industry now? Why these changes have been introduced? Thank you.
Thank you so much. I directly asked to Mr. Romit Bora, please describely you please.
Thank you, Gautam. First of all, my heartfelt wishes to all my industry, friend and my senior. Today's topic actually, it was a very immediate and a very discussions that I made from 4.5 years. I've shifted my base to Bombay, and now I have my own internet fintech company based out of Bombay, which is which you will see soon, very soon. And during this process, I have gone through lot of interaction with SEBI. My legal, the company which provides me legal support is owned by an ex-SEBI senior manager. So he was a deputy, which I wanted to have a discussions with all my industry friends, is the immediate regulatory changes that you will see very soon in your business. Now till because all of you are AMFI certified, and you know that all the mutual fund distributor is under the AMFI, which is an SRO. But if you have been observing lately that SEBI has started cutting, because from the regulator's point of view, SEBI was never directly controlling the the mutual fund distributors. As a result of which, time to time, there were many initiatives which was taken by SEBI, which was not voice breaking.
Yes, voice breaking.
Unfortunately, because of that, Acha, just give me 1 minute.
Rohit,
is it audible
yeah,
now?
Yes. Before you detail, just 1-2 minutes, I asked to Subhash Jain, who is working with last 20 years with directly equity market with his father. This is a proper business. So Subhash Jain is our friend and in industry. So Subhash Jain, please, about the MFD, what should be in the system you need to do? Subhash Jain.
Gautam da, the thing is this, ki one should be not only do mutual funds. Now the mutual funds is getting people a lot of tired out of that. The direct equity is the future now, because the young generation is less interested in mutual funds, rather they want to do directly dealing in equity. You see, in last 1.5 year, more than 2 crore accounts has been opened, and maximum are the new generation, because in our portfolio also a lot of youngster is coming, and they are doing equity very aggressively, because they know the future belongs to India. Now the economy is growing very fast. They also want to participate in via direct equity in the market, because in mutual fund एक फील जो आता ना वो नहीं मिलता उसके अंदर. आपका जो है म्यूचुअल फंड में क्या है, वो फील उनको नहीं आता. इसके अंदर क्या है, वो हमको डायरेक्ट इक्विटी करता ना, अर्निंग ऑफ द कंपनी का जो फील है ना, वो डायरेक्ट इक्विटी में ही मिलता है. अच्छा, एज ए डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर आप ये समझ लीजिए कि इन द बोथ वे वी आर अर्निंग. हियर आइदर यू आर सेलिंग, स्टिल यू आर अर्निंग. व्हेन यू आर बाइंग, स्टिल यू आर अर्निंग. So both way, when you are earning, it is also a good opportunity to incase through direct equity.
How many years you are doing this business?
I'm since 1995 in the system. Say it is already more than 26 years, and before that also I am doing the business. My father was actually inborn. I am a equity person by birth.
And you also sell the insurance also. You say insurance guy also.
Yeah, I am an MDRT for so many years.
Romit, what is the combination? Equity and insurance. This is the combination of Subhash Jain.
Yes. We are doing life, GIC, fixed deposit, everything we are doing.
Fantastic. That's why I invited Subhash, because many people think that if any people do the stock market business, they can do other business. Subhash is the example. He is MDRT year on year with
Yes,
equity
sir.
last 20 years.
More than.
What is the reality? So friends, thank you so much, Subhash, for sharing your knowledge and everything. I appreciate your, and I many times I will ask you and invite you to promote every people, to promote how to do the business with equity, with insurance.
Definitely.
Thank
You are always welcome, my dear friend.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Over to Romit, please.
Yeah, please.
Romit,
In fact, when I was with Motilal Oswal and Subhashji used to be neighbor with my ex-boss in Motilal Oswal. Subhashji, we still remember those discussions.
Yes, I
So-
was discussing that thing with Gautam da only. Yes.
So Rajat Rajgaria and all those people, yeah.
Hello. One thing
Okay.
only I want to
Friends,
share.
right? Going forward, the way
Rajat is already here in. We are staying in the same complex in Kolkata in Astitwa.
Correct, correct. I know you are his neighbor. You are his next door neighbor, Shivaji.
Yeah.
You
No,
told
no.
me that.
Actually, no. Actually, Romita. Previously, in Lektown we were never. Okay. He was staying in the
Same
second floor.
building.
Yeah, in the same building. That was standalone building. Right now, it's a God grace. Again, I have shifted to Kakurgachi. We are in the same complex, in the same tower.
So nice, so nice. So, Jeta, the way I look at the, matlab, what Subhasji said rightly, and that is the basis of today's meeting, that, going forward, what we can expect from the regulator is now very active on the way the mutual funds business or the capital market business is going to happen. Matlab, it is not going to be the same what we have seen in the last 10 years. That is why what you are seeing is now the clear demarcation in the MFD and RIA. And one of the basic requirement of MFD and RIA is to bring the entire. Now it was not directly under SEBI, it was under, we had only MFD, which was operating under AMFI, and AMFI was a self-regulatory organizations. But post the RIA regulations, the one things which has become very clear is that SEBI wants to bring the financial intermediaries directly under his control. And when the such things happens, the life becomes extremely, extremely detailed and very compliant for all the financial intermediaries. Mane aajke what we want to say is very clear, that all of us who are into financial intermediaries, when you have decided to become an MFD, and some of you going forward might think of whether to go into to RIA, dhire dhire what we can expect to SEBI to take a complete control on the entire business of financial intermediate. Now that is one side of the point.
Romit, one thing is many people, our friend who are joining lately, Hitesh from Nashik and from Patna, from Odisha and others, they are joining lately. So just one liner, introduce yourself. Otherwise they cannot understand who is the speaker.
Okay, so welcome Mr. Shah and Patnaik ji. So my name is Romit Barat. I have always been into asset management industry, primarily from Calcutta. So lately I have moved to Bombay, and I have my own my financial services company. So I am a registered research analyst, and I am also a registered RIA. Plus, I have my own fintech platform, which will be launched very soon, which will be the third company in the industry, like Smallcase and Wellbasket, which offers multi-advisory, multi-distributors, multi-broker framework. So today's discussion was basically what is the need of the hour for all the financial intermediaries. And I was taking a reference of what are the latest SEBI regulations that has come, where we need to be compliant to each other, because tomorrow suddenly SEBI will come and make it a mandatory. So for the financial intermediaries, one thing is very clear: whether you are a mutual fund distributor or you want to be an advisor, you have to be compliant with the requirement of being an advisor and well advise, or a distributor. So for a distributor, you need to paper 5A, and to become an RIA, you need to be compliant with 10A, 10B. Now, it is very important for all the financial intermediaries to get the 10A, 10B completed. You don't need to be certified. You just need to appear and clear the exams. Because, what I have understood from SEBI going forward, this process of categorizing the entire financial distribution space between the MFD and the distributor and the advisor is very gradual, because we are moving towards a one being, the next round of government policies can be on the side of one bank account and one demat account mandatory for all PAN card. So probably the next line of, like what we have seen in demonetization, or we have seen for, Jan Dhan Yojana, that it is very mandatory. Government wants every PAN card or every, social number to be identified with the bank account. So the next kind of activity that we can expect from a government is one demat account compulsory for every PAN number. And once we have the, Aadhaar number and a PAN card and a demat linked altogether, the next steps can be a complete dematerialization of all financial assets in India. So that is why the SEBI has started bringing the entire financial intermediary space under its purview, which is mutual fund distributions and RIA. Now, what is also becoming very common and which is also becoming very concerning to SEBI is the growth of Indian equity investors, which is flowing. As Subhashji rightly said, from last year 2000 March to 2020 March till today, there has been more than 2.5 crores new addition in the demat account across the broker. And now SEBI is very clear that whoever in the financial intermediary space are involved in the business of direct equity needs to be research analysts, because these are the exams that enables a financial intermediaries to be in compliant with SEBI wants. Now, there is also another regulations which has come, and it is coming very silently, what you might not aware, that there is a PMS regulations which has already come in. Matlab, today, a lot of you sell PMS, and basic today requirement for selling a PMS is basically to become a mutual fund distributor, which is passing the 5A exams. But going forward, SEBI has introduced paper 21B, which is a portfolio management service certification exam, and 21A, which is an alternate investment fund certification exam. Because if you actually see the entire SEBI's, SEBI, the way the SEBI wants, they've got three assets. There are three, it is called the custodian of public money, where you have got three kind of, product line. One is mutual fund, one is PMS, and one is AIF. Now, under mutual fund, they have categorized one as mutual fund distributors and one as a RIA. I request everybody, if you are into mutual fund business, appear and clear both the exams, which is 10A, 10B. Tomorrow, there might happen, there can be, this is called the premiumizations of product. Tomorrow, you might need to get an approval or an RIA to sell a product which will lie higher on the risk portfolio, because all of us being a mutual fund distributor, we know that the sectoral fund and the thematic fund are higher on the risk profile. SEBI has already started categorization of the fund based on the risk profile. Tomorrow, there might be a situations where SEBI might want you to sell. So between the two product line, one is a prescriptions product and one is a over-the-counter product. So SEBI will soon come out with the level that these kind of mutual funds are over-the-counter product which can be sold by a mutual fund distributor, and some funds which are basically need specialized understanding of the product. The moment the product is categorized as a prescriptions product, you need to get an approval of the RIA to subscribe for that. That is why it has demarcated the entire distribution of client between the distributors and RIA. Initially, there were a lot of confusion, there were a lot of overlapping, there were a lot of conflict. But now today, RIA and a mutual fund distributor, they do business side by side. Now, what is meant by that? A mutual fund distributor cannot advise a client who are his RIA. Under RIA, simply RIA cannot step towards the premiumizations. So for all of you, which is very important to see 10A, 10B player very clearly. The second point, equity is becoming very important flavor of the month, as Subhashji rightly said. More than 20 crore, more than 2 crores investors are moving. And I have a small video where I wanted to show you what is the kind of business that we are expecting. Now, this is a small video which I have created, which, this is a small presentation which have only 6 slides, which will not take more than 6 slides to tell you how, which will show you what is the, changing landscape that we are talking about. So I will, so I will just take a minute and I will just show you certain things which I thought it is very important to show all of you. So idea for today was to show you the entire, to take you through the, analyst exams. And this is a small number which we are seeing. This is a small number that we are seeing. So, we are seeing 1 million demat account every month starting from last year, April. So, and this has been the growth of the entire, matlab, if you see the entire 2020, there has been only 8,59,775, 85 lakhs account in itself in the, from January 2021, there has been more than 1.3 crore demat account which has been added. So we are adding almost 1 million demat account every month. And we are expecting a huge surge in that. Now, if you ask me what is the trend, where will it go? So there is a small presentation, there was a small discussions by Rakesh Jhunjhunwala where you will understand that this particular video shares that what is the entire, what is the, size of activity that we are seeing. So in this particular video, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala talks about the number of demat holdings from 4 crores to 60 crores in a span of 5 years. 4 crores to 60 crores in a span of 5 years. So that is the total objective of this entire presentation, that we are expecting 30 crores. We are expecting 30 crores. If it is audible, please let me know. Otherwise, we will skip this.
No audio. No audio.
Is it audible?
No audio.
Okay, so this video is available on the internet. Just get a time to see from the 12 minutes, 30 seconds. I will send you the presentation. So it says that Rakesh Jhunjhunwala or all the industry expects that the number of demat holding will increase from 5 crores currently under NSDL till 30 crores. So we are expecting 6 times growth in the entire direct equity space. Now, SEBI is very clear that you must be member of lot of WhatsApp group where you get lot of tips from lot of people that you don't know. In Facebook also, you meet lot of people who gives a lot of advices on Bank Nifty, on various futures and option calls. You might be a member of a lot of WhatsApp group where people gives advice on stocks, about industry reports and everything. And you also sometimes tends to share. My friends, I know people here in my network in Bombay who have been completely suspended by SEBI for doing such activity. If you are not a research analyst as per the SEBI's NISM requirement, you can land up in jail. I know, and SEBI is very clear. SEBI chairman is very clear that we will not, because itne WhatsApp group, itne social media tips, itne Telegram groups ban gaye hain ki there are people who are trying to become a research expert without having any experience, without having any certification. So only those people, because you are a mutual fund distributor to a client, and to your client, you are the whole and soul of his entire capital market knowledge. So tomorrow, Vishwajit can be asked by his client ki Vishwajit Diwali mein kaun si equity mein paisa lagaya, and let's say Vishwajit unknowingly gives him tax advice, stock advice which he might have received from WhatsApp, or let's say from social media, or through any kind of Facebook. Pardon me, Vishwajit, I'm taking your name because I know you personally and I am very close to you. And you are just an example in my discussion. So there are a lot of times where client calls you and asks you about what is the stocks or what is the stock, because every time you will realize from your client that client always have a fascination for direct equity. No matter, mutual fund is a great tool, it's a very convenient tool and a simple tool. So SEBI is taking a very strong action against those people who are not compliant on the regulatory requirement, which is a research analyst exam. Now, research analyst is a very, very, very easy and an elementary level exam. It is like mutual fund 5A, but you need to appear and you need to complete that exam. Because otherwise, as Subhasji rightly said, or Subhasji's combination, that insurance, SEBI is not asking you to do everything. SEBI is telling you if you want to do everything, you have to be compliant with the respective requirement which is there. Otherwise, you will not be allowed to speak or to give advice. So this was an article which came out in Cafe Mutual, and we have already seen that SEBI is continuously tracking all the WhatsApp group and all the Telegram groups personally through their own, big data and through, compliance. They are actually taking people to task. 15 entities like Money World Research Advisory Global. In fact, recently, if you have understood, if you have seen, there were very two important anchor at CNBC Awaz who were suspended because they were giving advice without compliant to the SEBI norms. And they were all very serious and they were very senior advisors with CNBC Awaz, and people used to follow them very regularly. So if those people can be, if those people can be, can be brought behind the, law. So you are just a, you will be, getting the SEBI's fire very soon. So it is very important that you need to know what are the regulatory requirements that is currently as a mutual fund distributor, because as a mutual fund distributor, you are only concerned with 5A. But because of my professional requirement, lot of times your clients are going to equity. And in order to get into that line, so SEBI has mandated very clearly that in advisory space, in the financial intermediary space, these are the very three important these are the very three important criteria that you need to comply with. One is NISM 10A 10B, and one is the research analyst from which you will have to appear. Otherwise, if you are caught giving advice, you will be actually put behind. All your business will be confiscated. It will be brought behind SEBI's audit, and you will soon lose your license to sell even mutual fund in the due time. So these are the three exams which are becoming extremely important. That is why Gautam Das said at the beginning of the presentation that entire investment advisory exam 10A 10B has been completely renovated in line with the global standard. So now initially there were 12 chapters in 10A and 13 chapters in 10B. Currently,
no. 20 chapter in 10A now, presently.
এখন বলছি না, আমি বলছি আগে 12.
Yes,
so
yes,
the
yes.
entire chapter has increased from 12 to 20.
Yes.
Now, if you see the paper of 10B also, the quality of 10B has become extremely difficult, because I mean, I am a 10A 10B, I am a research analyst, and I am also part of one of the largest education portal in the country, which is designing this on with NISM also. So my suggestions to all my advisor friend is, like the way you had taken initially a CFP course, or you are also doing a thing, it is very important for you to take a course on the research analyst, because tomorrow, if your client requires you to speak on equity, direct equity, because direct equity always favored, you need to be. So what does NISM paper 15 research analyst, what does it allows you to do? NISM paper 15, which is a research analyst exam, it is crucial and mandatory for all financial intermediaries involved in direct equity business. It is not required to your mutual fund business, or it is mandatory if you are a stock broker, if you are willing to take up a stock franchisee, or if you are willing to become a associate person with any broker. You don't need to be a stock broker, or you don't need to be a sub broker. You can be, there are a lot of ways today you can get associated with all these broking companies directly. And broking companies is the most favored people to SEBI. Always remember, SEBI likes all the broking companies, whether you whether you accept it or not. Every policy that SEBI do is to ensure that the broking business or the brokers are completely protected, and their services can be enhanced over the future. So you are not going to be favored to SEBI, but dhire dhire SEBI is also trying to bring all of you under that. So what does it do? This also allows the financial intermediaries to provide stock tips, appear on media, on stock advice, give recommendation on social media, and speak and discusses on stocks and shares in public forum. So tomorrow, if you are doing a client activity, or you are talking on a forum where there are more than 20-25 clients or 20-25 people, and you are talking about a equity, or you are talking about a stocks, and if that video or that particular meetings goes to SEBI, you are in a big soup if you are not a research analyst and you are not a certified research analyst. So research analyst is very important for you to speak about stock tips, to appear on media on stock. So next time when somebody is giving stock advice on WhatsApp or on Telegram channel, ask him, are you a research analyst? Aap dekhna uska reaction kya hoga. Recently, I was a member of one of the groups in Bombay where there are more than 5,000 people on Telegram channel, and the guy who owns that channel wasn't a research analyst. So one of these guys asked, are you a research analyst that you give prediction about stocks and shares to these 5,000 people? Believe me, within 3 days, that guy was arrested by SEBI. That why have you been running this mandatory channel where you are not a research analyst? So SEBI is very clear that, because this is also one of the way to earn SEBI. For SEBI, for a regulator, for NISM, this is also a way of earning. That is why they have created. So research analyst is very important. Now, what does SEBI research analyst tells you? So SEBI research analyst is absolutely legally protected under regulation 7.2 of SEBI research analyst exam, where you, once you complete the SEBI research analyst exams, you can give a recommendation based on buy, sell and hold for every equity which is listed on the Indian exchange. So this is a completely a SEBI regulation. It is not a sub-regulation, or it is not any kind of a SEBI mandate. It is a completely a regulations under 7.2. So it is a very powerful regulations under SEBI. And today, every people who are trying to explore the capital markets beyond mutual funds, they are required to do research analyst. And this is not a very tough exam. So what is the examination objective? Objective is very clear, that you get to know what is a fundamental research, because a lot of people does not know about research. So research can be of 5 types. Research can be fundamental, research can be derivative, research can be quantitative, research can be technical, research can be based on event news and government policies. So there are 5 levels of research, but 70 to 80% of the research are fundamentals research. And a lot of times we know, or we have heard about what is top down and bottoms up approach to research. So research analyst exams paper 15 is basically a complete and a thorough a content on fundamental research, where you have a complete 16 modules, 13 modules, where you talks about everything, Matlab, what is an equity, what are the different, I will ask you a basic fundamental question and you will understand what is your knowledge about our equity. So there are lot of things which as a person, as a mutual fund distributor, we don't know. So one of the basic requirement is that you are completely made to learn about what are the top down approach and what are the bottom down approach of fundamental research. Obviously, you need to know what is the micro and macroeconomic analysis. There is something, a lot of us, we have heard about it, but we don't know what there's something called PESEL approach, political, economic, social, technical, and legal. So there are a lot of very detailed study about a research analyst. And once you become a research analyst, you can actually do a lot of marketing activity around you, which you cannot do currently. Like for example, if you are a research analyst as per SEBI, so tomorrow you can actually, as a marketing with channels and with media, you can do a talk show on equities, direct equity, and you can do a lot of investors awareness programs with equity, which people will come and want to attend. But currently, if you do that without a research analyst, that is illegal. So by doing research analyst, you are not only becoming SEBI compliant, but there are a lot of ways by which you can do lot of activity in social media. Ekdam khuleam, matlab there will be no thing that can stop you from doing it, and which can actually bring a lot of branding to you. And today I can tell you, as Subhashji said, 2 crores. 2 crores is just a tip of the iceberg. More and more people will become extremely attracted to the equity market, and where the entire internet technology and the digital broking is coming up in big time. You will have to become a sub-broker or a carrier of a direct equity to your client. Otherwise, your client will be going directly to your broker, and you will not have any way to stop them, because the broker will not only give them data on equity, but they will also help them to do business, or they will also give them advice on the mutual fund. So it is extremely important. It is extremely important for people, all of us in the financial industry. The best combination for a financial intermediary is people like you is, you have a 5A, you become paper 15, and you also have an insurance business. Because through mutual fund distribution, you can distribute a product. Through research analyst, you can talk about stocks directly with stocks. And obviously, when you have an insurance, it's a complete cycle. So this is basically the brief of the exams that comes. There are 100 marks question, out of which 92 questions comes with 1 mark. And there are 2 case study with 4 questions each about, which are typically, higher level exams questions, like which will give a talk, which will give a case study about a company to read the balance sheet and to answer questions out of it. So analyst, and I think all of you should take seriously because Gautam Da and me are designing this research analyst, first time research analyst completely focused towards the industry requirement, first time in the industry which we are doing it. And going forward, this will be extremely mandatory for you to operate in a direct equity. So typically the course duration that we have planned is of 16 session, which will be 2 hours each. Course fee has to be decided mutually between Gautam has to take a control on that. So what I have also realized that it is important to also understand the research analyst. So there will be, other than 16 session, there will be 4 session, each of 2 hours, where we will discuss about the relevance of research analyst and how can a research analyst we can, we can create a better research analyst. And definitely, as this is a program which is designed by me, and I am also part of one of the biggest training portal in the country, which is specialized in giving this type of industry course, which is one of not only the biggest, they also give solution to NISM. I also give solution to NISM. So we don't want to have more than 10 people in a batch, because we don't want it to be a, I don't want, because this is a very serious course. Today, all the large business, because all of you have heard about a company called Small Case. Now, Small Case, to run that kind of a business, they have to be research analyst. Now, going forward, everybody who is into DKT. So this is basically the brief snapshot about the program that we wanted to, launch very soon. The entire model is ready. This is about me, about who is going to be the trainer, because a lot of times you don't know about my professional acquaintance. So I'm a first-class economics graduate with mathematics and statistics from Calcutta University. I am also a first-class MBA from ISWBM and currently doing PhD from Mysore University. So I have completed research analyst exam, investment advisor exam. I'm also a certified merchant banker. And I'm also a SEBI's approved smart training. So SEBI has recently came out with a concept called smart trainer, where you, to give an IAP, you need to have appointed smart trainer. And this is also a smart move by SEBI. Not that everybody and anybody can do IAP. IAP के ऊपर भी ये लोग पाबंदियां भी लेके आएंगे कुछ दिन बाद, आप देखिएगा. Not that every mutual fund distributor can do IAP and they can claim money from the SEBI, because IAP is a fund which has been allocated by SEBI along with the AMC. So in order to give IAP, you will have to become a smart trainer. So if you search the internet, you will see that SEBI has mandated, there is a program called Smart Training, which is paper 13. We'll have to complete it. This is a very basic complementary, but the basic condition about smart is that you have to score more than 75% to become a SEBI approved smart trainer. So tomorrow, if you are doing an IAP and you are claiming that IAP from the AMC, please make sure that you are SEBI smart compliant, because today SEBI is very clear. Indian equity market is maturing. There would be a lot of wrongdoing and there would be a lot of fraudulent activities. So in order to check this, all these kind of trainings and all this kind of certification is going to be extremely mandatory for you. So I have more than 21 years of experience. I have worked with brands like ICICI Prudential. I have worked as a zonal head for Motilal Oswal. I have become, I had worked as a national head, as a deputy CEO for Narnolia Capital Advisors. And this is basically my profile. Thank you very much for hearing me out. We can have a lot of discussions around this. But only thing I can tell you, this is an extremely, extremely, extremely important course for all of you for the next 5 years. Because till now, because another thing which I wanted to tell you, there is another exam called 21B. A lot of you have not heard about it. But I can tell you, a lot of people in this particular group might have a PMS AUM with you. Now, till now, to become a PMS distributor, you needed to, initially, there was no license required. Then SEBI brought in, you need to be a 5A mutual fund distributor, ARN holder to sell PMS. Now they have brought in 21B as a paper, where without 21B, you cannot sell PMS, or your trail commission on PMS will be on hold. So the next time when you are actually applying, or you have a client who is putting money into PMS, and if you're not a 21B compliant, you cannot sell or earn from PMS, and PMS dhire dhire will become a very popular product, because I run one of the biggest PMS and AIF website in the country, which is accessed by government, which is accessed by Canadian government, which is accessed by a lot of institutions. So recently there was a discussions about the PMS industry. So my point to all of you is that go step by step. If you decide to be mutual fund distributors, there is no harm to become an investment advisor exam, because you never know tomorrow you need, because the current restrictions of you not becoming, so tomorrow the restrictions between MFD and RIA will get over. So an RIA can become an MFD and MFD can become an, they have already done it for institutional distributors. Institutional distributors can become RIA, and they can also have the same PAN number can be an MFD, the same PAN number can also be an RIA. So that will soon roll out for individual investors also. My only point to all of you request is that now, since till now, the financial intermediary space for selling mutual funds was never under the purview of SEBI, as a result of which you have always, got yourself saved from SEBI. But now, dhire dhire, through RIA and through MFD, SEBI is trying to become the direct controlling of the entire financial intermediary space. And that is why you have MFD and RIA, you have research analysts for direct equity, you have 21B for PMSs and 21A for AIFs. So in order to any kind of activity relating to capital markets, you have to be absolutely compliant. And soon we will roll out a program for 21B also, for all those people who has some PMS assets and who wants to build up a PMS business also. Like, for example, we have launched with Gautamda on this about 10A, 10B, and we have launched research analyst exams, which is in line with the new syllabus, because the new syllabus is completely new and it is completely renovated. So please understand, somebody who is giving 10A, 10B paper, whether they are doing new paper or they are doing old syllabus. So that was from my side. If you've got any questions, we can always raise these questions. And as per whatever is my knowledge, I will try to, I will try to answer them as per my regulatory compliance.
Romit, you can discuss with Dr. Saurabh Majumdar also. He can share also something.
Dr. Majumdar, okay, before I go to Saurabh, sir, there is one question which is called somebody, there's a gentleman, Lalit ji. Lalit ji, SMART is basically SEBI with the AMC has allocated some funds to do investment awareness program. So investment awareness program is a part of SEBI's budget to make people, Indian equity investors, to make aware about investments, particularly mutual fund. Till now, anybody and everybody could have given IAP, because when you do an IAP, you can be reimbursed by SEBI. So tomorrow, if you appear for SMART training, if you become a SMART trainer and you register with SEBI, there is an advertisement which comes from SEBI on a quarterly basis. If you register yourself with SEBI as a SMART trainer, then you can do IAP of your own, and you should be able to get, the SEBI gives you 10,000 rupees for every SMART training, provided you have not less than 50 investors. 50 or 15. So there would be a lot of AMC who does IAP, and that is part of their budget. So if you are a SMART trainer approved by SEBI, if you are a NISM certified paper with more than 75%, you can actually connect to the AMC to do SMART training, and you are supposed to get 7,500 for basic SMART training, matlab for basic IAP. The AMC has to pay you. Otherwise, if you write to SEBI, in that case, the SEBIs can create a penalty on the AMC. So SMART is, I think this is paper 13. You will have to check it out. I will send to Gautamda, so Gautamda can share it with you. So I think it is paper 15, paper 15 is that. Just give me 1 minute, because I am SEBI SMART trainer. So let me just check the entire thing. Just give me 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute. I'll just see it and I will tell it to you. Which exam it is, I will exactly tell you, so that you don't need to. So this is a very, very critical exam. This is a very critical exam. So it is paper 12, which is called Security Market Foundation. So it is paper 12. So that is paper 12. So
another parameter also there, not only paper 12 for SMART trainer. minimum qualification requirement is there.
Is 75% of the exam. If you score less than
No, that is post-graduation, I think. Post-graduation is there. Voice breaking.
you are not a smart trainer. Okay. So paper 12, I am just putting my video off so that it takes less product bandwidth. So paper 12 needs you to be a graduate with more than 50% marks, and you need to have more than 5 years of experience. 10 years of experience in the financial services industry. You have to score more than 75% in the paper 12 exams. After you receive certificate from NISM, you will have to look out for a advertisement in SEBI's website. The moment SEBI website comes, you have to register with SEBI, you have to submit all your credentials and everything. And SEBI, within a period of 15-20 days, it gives you an approval. So currently in Calcutta, there is only one SEBI registered smart trainer, and he's our good friend Surajit Pramanik. So currently Surajit is the only guy who does it. And and there are not more than 15-20 people across the country who are SEBI registered. So what is the benefit? That you are paid directly from SEBI for doing this. So, and the companies are bound to pay you when you do this, because if the company does not pay you under your PAN number, it does not deduct the TDS, then the company is under liable. So there is not much, SEBI smart training in Calcutta. So in Eastern Zone. Yes, Lalitji, MFD can be a smart trainer. So smart trainer has got nothing to do with MFD or RIA. If you are an MFD, it is good. If you are an RIA, it is very good. If you are an if you are an insurance also, it is good. So smart trainer is nothing to do with any kind of, it is just like a financial trainer. So a lot of these companies, they do financial awareness coach, financial awareness program. So if you are a smart trainer, you can go and talk to, let's say your AMC, and you tell them, ki, boss, I am a smart trainer, so give me at least 10-12 training program for IIP where you have an understanding. So you can earn 7,500 into 10, matlab, baite aapko. So smart trainer is a program, Sanjay Bhaiya, it is from NISM only, paper 12. But once you are completing the smart trainer, then you have to apply to SEBI for registration. So like, for example, when you become a research analyst, you clear paper 15, then you will have to apply for paper 15. Then you become a research analyst. SEBI for smart trainer, you have to apply for paper 12. Once you clear more than 75%, then you will have to appear on SEBI's website. So SEBI quarterly advertisement leke aata, it is not an all time. So SEBI has a minimum intake on 15 people. So that is a kind of clarity that SEBI has. So once you've applied to SEBI, then SEBI will call and take your interview over the phone. You'll have to travel to the local SEBI office, or they will do all the verification online. And then you will be given a SEBI approved trainer certification. So with that, you can go to AMC. So SEBI's certified trainer, smart trainer, can also do an IIP for another distributor. So it becomes a liable for the AMC to give you a training, irrespective of they have a favorite trainer. So there are large companies in Bombay who have applied so for a SEBI trainer in order for them to get a entire business. So that is a very interesting thing. Yes, Gautam.
Someone, Hitesh is asking how to become smart trainer, which sites?
So Hitesh Bhai, there is
Hitesh from Nashik. Hitesh from Nashik. He is a
okay.
old guy, and he is on equity market in last 20 years above, 25 years.
Okay, so Hitesh Bhai, you have to go to NISM normal website, nism.ac.in, and you have to look for paper 12. And then you will have to appear 1,500 rupees GST, 1,735 rupees is your payment. Once you make that payment, you get an exam date and the material. Once you get the material, you will have to appear it. I have the material with me. We can send it to, I will send it to Gautam da. So before you apply and pay 1,500 rupees, get yourself through with the smart training material. We will also start smart training material training over in the next 15-20 days. So you can attend course also. And then you will be given a SEBI approved trainer certification. So with that, you can go to AMC. So SEBI's certified trainer, smart trainer, can also do an IIP for another distributor. So and become a SEBI Smart Trainer. So you can take the entire SEBI Smart Trainer for Nasik region. So whether it is you or any other distributor who are doing an IAP, if you are a SEBI registered, if you are a SEBI registered Smart Trainer, then the IAP has to be done through you. So there is no choice for the MC to do if there is a Smart Trainer in the locality. So you are paid minimum 7,500 for a 1 hour course. So, SEBI will send you all the material which you will have to speak. And based on that, you will be paid 7,500 for 1 hour course. Even if there are if it is your program, you have to do 15. If you're doing from the AMC, even if there are two investors, they will have to pay you 7,500. Gautam, the word to you.
Okay, thank you so much. Dr. Saurabh Majumdar, please share your views. And also introduce, because minimum 5 to 10 people joining lately, one who don't know about you.
Okay.
Dr. Majumdar, yes.
Good evening, everybody. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I'm actually a banker, retired banker, and pursued my study in the field of stock market. So I got my PhD in research on capital market, and I'm very much interested about these training programs, because what I understood today is very much new to me, that the total program, the industry is changing, and for this, SEBI has taken some initiatives to gather some knowledge among the distributors and MFDs and the persons who are doing in research, equity business. So this is, I think, very much required in the field of equity, particularly in equity, because anybody can give any tips, particularly in the social media. So definitely a minimum level of knowledge is very much required. And I learned a lot. I learned a lot about from Mr. Romit, that how the industry is changing and how the SEBI is putting pressure on this distributor and the equity researchers. So I learned a lot. And just one question to Mr. Romit, that you have mentioned some abbreviations which I could not understand. So like RIA and MFD. So I'm not familiar with these words. So can you please?
Okay. So, Dr. Majumdar, as I've said, on the financial intermediary space, SEBI has come out with two latest regulations, which is MFD. MFD matlab mutual fund distributor. MFD, mutual fund distributor. And RIA is registered investment advisor. So currently, till the time SEBI came and intervened on the financial intermediary space, we had only mutual fund distributors. But that was under AMFI, that was under an SRO, that was not directly under SEBI. Now SEBI wants the entire financial distribution space to be under him directly, like the broking. The broking is completely the sub-broker, while the authorized person and the sub-broker is under SEBI, under the broker, but that is controlled directly by SEBI. You need to get an authorized person membership directly from SEBI, although it is now facilitated by the broker, because of the growing number of clients and the growing number of people wants to join the financial distribution space. So abbreviation number 1, MFD, is called the mutual fund distributor. Abbreviation number 2 is RIA, which is called the registered investment advisor, which is basically for distribution of investment advice, where you say this is a good product, this is a bad product, and this is what you should buy, and this is what you should sell. So in the normal terminology, Dr. Majumdar, it is like a medical council of India. So you have a doctor who prescribes medicine, and there is a medical shop who sells medicine. So
Okay.
RIA is like a doctor who are prescribing medicine. So they can write both over the counter drug and they can write prescription drug. Matlab, today if you go on and ask about a tranquilizer to a medicine shop, he will not give you without the service, without the prescription. Apni jaan diye dekhun,
Right.
if you are given an alprazolam, ami karone jani, because my wife is a doctor, you ask for an alzolam with any kind of a medical shop, he will not give you because that's a prescription drug. So similarly, mutual fund company will come out with a product which will be tagged as high risk asset. So under high risk, you cannot sell through a mutual fund distributor. So as per the SEBI, there are two laws. One is you work for the manufacturer, which is MFD, or you work for the client, which is an RIA. So typically going forward, initially they had created a difference between RIA and FD because an MFD cannot become an RIA and RIA cannot become an FD. But dhire dhire they are removing that. They are removing that the wall. So currently large institution like Motilal Oswal boliye aap jitne bhi sare large institutional distributors hain, they can cooperate mutual fund distributors and RIA together. But for smaller distributor, you don't have that flexibility now. But I am sure you will come here very soon that an individual RIA can become a distributor and a distributor can become an RIA. Dhire dhire gradually. So that was a second abbreviation. The third abbreviation was RA, which is a research analyst. So, Bishwajit asked about what is the difference between RIA and RA. RA, research analyst, is absolutely linked to direct equity business, stocks and shares. Whereas RIA is related to all kind of investment advisory that falls under SEBI. So research analyst is for giving advertisements, talking about equity to people, sending equity related advice to clients over a, approved legal medium like WhatsApp, through email or through Telegram channels. Whereas RIA, you can also design a product based on equity. So basically RA does not handle debt market. Investment advisory handles both equity and debt and commodity and everything. But research analyst, is very much related to direct equity. That is a basic difference.
Okay. So there are separate exams for the RIA and MFD.
Yes. So MFD is paper 5A, Dr. Mojumdar. RIA is paper 10A and 10B.
Oh, okay. So, and what is the source of revenue for RIA?
So
For
RIA,
prescribing.
dhire dhire, so RIA, the first source of revenue is from the client. So the client writes a check. So today, the client has to pay directly to the RIA, but there are some other ways by which an RIA can earn. So we can have a discussion on that because that's slightly, I can show you a live demo about that because I'm building one of the biggest website where advisors, distributors and brokers can coexist and they can earn between themselves. So to answer your question straight, RIA earns from the client.
Okay.
So tomorrow there might be happen that the client wants to buy a small cap fund, but he cannot do that because for that risk profiling, the customer segmentations, the product analysis, everything has to be done by the RIA. So the RIA has to be paid. Otherwise, RIA will not approve a PAN number to invest into small cap. So that can be a scenario going forward, probably in the next 3 to 6 months time, where an investor may not be able to invest into any kind of a fund or any kind of an equity or any kind of a product without an approval of it. It's like an over-the-counter drug. Apni Calpol over-the-counter drug, apni Calpol chaile debe. Kintu if you are going higher on the scale on the risk on the medicine, you will need to have a doctor's advice. Otherwise, they will not pay.
Yeah, I understand. Thank you.
Bisujita, research analyst can advise on the direct equity ETFs and earn fees. Yes. RA can earn fees. RA can earn fees and they can have a separate, we can have a one interesting presentation some next Friday where I can show you a very interesting thing that I wanted to show all of you, where you can understand how does this entire payment takes place and what is the level of development which is happening in this country, which is beyond your imagination. Apni bhabtara bhabdi paren na today what the kind of development which is happening on the technology space, which is bridging the gap between all these things. Gautam da, over to you.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Mojumdar, anything can you say? Can you want to say?
No, no.
So,
clarified.
yeah, about equity research, can you explore something?
Yeah, equity research. I have just gone through the curriculum of I think that is 15. So it actually it is an exhaustive course and covers almost everything in the preliminary level. Though a little bit of
About derivatives, can you light on that? About
Yeah.
derivatives?
Yes, derivative, particularly for the hedging purposes, the futures are being used oftenly, as well as the index futures and options are now becoming very much popular. So there are some particular strategies by which an investor can minimize his risk and with a lower amount of investment. So that is called derivative. So, but it is a different subject and altogether it's not like equity. Though we purchase and sell equity shares only on tips, but we cannot do that in the case of derivatives. Okay, so derivative is a little bit complicated and interesting uh, instrument, and all this course is quite good. This RA, research analyst, all the fundamental, technical, and the EIC model, economic, industry, and company analysis, top-down, bottom-up approaches have been covered. So it's a good one. And the problem will be that some people, all the people who will be liking to join this or join this training program are not from the fraternity of commerce. So might be, I don't know. So some people maybe if they may not have any commerce background or may not have any knowledge of equity, then it will be difficult for them to learn from the basics of the equity market. That I don't know about the other qualifications. I mean, educational qualification. Is there any educational qualifications are required? Only commerce background students
You need
only
to be
can.
you need to be class 12. And on a lighter note, Dr. Mojumdar, I can tell you, research analyst is such a detailed course. Lot of people who have spent even 15, 16 years into this industry will not know a lot of things around the equity market. That is my point. And that is what the SEBI wants to know. I'm a example. If I ask you what are the different types of equity, I can assure you 90% of the respondent would not know there are 5 types of equity. Matlab, let me tell you, I will share only one screen about my content. So this is the content level that we have. Matlab, what are the different types of equity? There are 5 types of equity. Equity shares and stock, differential voting rights, preferential shares, equity warrants, and depository receipt. Now this is one glimpse. There are 150 slides. This is 150 slides that we have built. So my point to all of people is that now people will need to know. People will need to know this because otherwise they will not be able to be compliant with the requirement. So my point is now each of these when you click will come out with a different definition because a lot of people don't know what is the difference between a depository receipts or a differential voting rights dealers with equity ones. So my point is, even people are from the industry, it doesn't make any difference because it's a SEBI requirement course. SEBI is absolutely non-negotiable. If you are going to a regulator, he's not going to know that whether you have spent 20 years or 25 years or you are Rakesh Jhunjhunwala of the world.
Right.
You need to be compliant. These are compliant exams. There is what I'm saying. Even the senior most people of the industry who have spent 25 years or 20 years need to go through. My research analyst course curriculum has got 132 slides spread over 16 sessions.
Okay.
Because you need to know that. that. Otherwise, you are not required. No, you have created now the PMS course, which is paper 21B, has got 207 slides. So if you have to, because PMS is a 50 lakhs ticket size. So tomorrow, if you are selling up investment that is a minimum 50 lakhs rupees, so obviously you need to know, because the guy who is going to spend 50 lakhs, he will ask you a lot of questions which you need to tell. You cannot say that I will bring my senior from the company who will address it. So the AMC people will need to be compliant. Tomorrow your trail might be kept on hold. So idea is this exams are compliant exams. There is no, there is no negotiations with, because now it directly the SEBI. That is what I'm saying. Till now, SRO as an amphi, you can attend full day training program. Those are all getting abolished. If you're into the business, you have to be compliant. Otherwise, you are not allowed to sell. And if you are not compliant and you are selling, you will not land up in jail. Very cool. Either you become compliant and you sell, or if you're not you will land in jail. That's a very clear cut from SEBI. And SEBI is becoming
Voice breaking.
wrong. The rule now are ensuring sometimes
Switch off
idea is
your
very clear
video.
that so off my video. So idea is very clear, Dr. Majumdar, that you don't have a choice. If you want to be in the financial distribution business, you have to become NISM 5A. If you are into advisory of equity, you need to be an RA. Otherwise, don't get into this business. Very clear. Straight cut bolchi. It sounds very hard because that's the way SEBI. Because all these people, I know each of them very closely. So there is no negotiations with SEBI on this regard.
Understood.
Because
many people don't know the suspended ERN. How many suspended ERN? If anybody can see the MP site.
Yes, you can, but I will not want to show it, Gautamda, because that will conflict with my
No. I just told the audience, everybody can see, go to the MP site and see the cancel ARN.
No, not only that, Gautam, I will tell you, till sometimes back, you were receiving so much of equity calls from people in Indore. All of you have experienced. Now that have reduced to zero almost now. You don't get calls because SEBI is completely hammer on that. Any call that you receive, the phone number, jis number pe wo registration hai, jaake ekdam they're putting behind the bars. So going forward, this will applicable to all of us. So tomorrow, if you are a member of WhatsApp group, and if you are not a research analyst and you are giving key buy IRCTC because it is low, or you buy this particular IPO, and if somebody complains it to SEBI, somebody asks you that are you, and if you're not, you will be behind. Maybe jail would be an extreme, but there are people who are behind jail. So my idea is why to get into that kind, because exam is very easy. Matlab exam for me to make you pass the exam does not take more than 1 month's time. So if you have been NIM, if you are earning money through distribution, how much does it take to become to research analyst? फिर आप दबा के बेचो ना equity. कौन आपको मना किया है? So idea is that one.
Many people ask me what is the fees, what is everything. So it will be declared any 2-3 days. We will declare the course details. Am I right, Romit?
Yes. So we will come out with smart trainer. We will come out with research analyst. We will come out with NISM 10A and 10B as per the new syllabus. And we will come out with everything because I'm already building same material for a very large training company in Bombay. So this particular programs, I am doing it with Gautam, with Skill Edge. So we will be coming out with complete everything with all questions banks and everything in the next 15 to 20 days time. But RA will be very much like your NISM 5. It will be between NISM and RIA exam. Not as tough as RIA, but as not as simple also. Because as I've showed through one slide, that it will be very detailed. It will be very detailed.
When we can start the batch? Tentative?
1st December 2021.
Okay. Before that, we are informing to all the today's attendee and others. So now we can open the floor to asking any question, any queries, any question to both the panelists, Mr. Romit and Dr. Saurabh Majumdar.
No, Vishwajit, the ULIP can never be under SEBI. It is under IRDA.
Please unmute and you ask the question directly. Open the floor to all the participants. Please.
Hitesh bhai, it is paper 12. You are absolutely right. That's a paper 12. You can register with NISM site. So soon we will be launching that course also. It is not going to be more than 5 days, 2 hours each. It is a very simple course. It will be like NISM 5A. So I am completing the material in the next 10-15 days. So all the course will get opened on 1st of December. So you will get to see all the course. In the meantime, if you want to learn from the website, you can always register it, download the material, read it, and appear for the exam. But we will have a very concise, focused to the core material, so that you can pass the exams, like we have created for research analysts. Sonia ji, the website is nism.ac.in, which is an official website on NISM. So you have to have since you are an, you have to enter and search for paper 12 for SMART. So I would request everybody of you to become a SMART trainer, because that will help you to earn directly from SEBI. I will. So my website is Skill Edge website. So we will. Gautam da will disclose that over a period of time. I'm not. I don't have any website. I'm just a trainer. So I'll just train, because I have my own other licenses. So.
So anyone, any question from the audience?
I think we had a very detailed discussion. So people, Achha Lalitji, what about 3 years of validity exam again or CP? As of now, so CP option one on it, because CP is going to be only for NISM 5A. But I think going forward, all the other exams like 10A, 10B or research analyst or paper 21B for mutual PMS or 21A for AIF. No, 10A, 10B, they will not have CP. They will have a complete exams. Because this is a tough exam. This is, you need to actually understand how does retirement planning, how does tax planning, how does everything work. So exams mein jo clarity aata hai wo, because CP is a very casual approach, and I don't think 10A, 10B will be a thing. Matlab will be CP. That is my understanding, but I don't know. NISM might initially do CP because to promote the program. Going forward, they will put a break on it. So, so Devashish, the 10A, 10B, you have to reappear for exams. Now the syllabus has changed, so you will have to go with the new syllabus. Chotto example, tax part. Apne jodi 10B the tax dekhen, if you see the tax part in 10B, it is from a pond to an ocean. You actually need to be a, pseudo tax consultant. Matlab, you have to become a chartered accountant to know the kind of tax which is now in 10B. Because I have just given 10B exam some 3-4 days back. It is very tough. 10B has become extremely tough. Matlab, you need to know a lot of things. Matlab, until unless, because I recently did a batch for Axis Bank in Bangalore. So 10B is real tough. 10B, because the banks and the wealth management companies and the AMCs are becoming mandatory for 10A, 10B. And suddenly NISM have come out with a new syllabus. So the entire training has to be done. So Devashish, that to answer your question, I think 10A, 10B, you will have to reappear for the exam. CP is not allowed.
CP, no CP here.
No CP. That is what
I asked to the NISM manager, Mr. Nitin Tikke. I already communicated. So completely he told me that no CP is allowed for 10A, 10B. On renew for exam only. No CP is there. No CP.
CP is only for, I think, 5.
Only 5B. That will be removed any day.
Okay, I have a question. That sometimes what we see that some mutual fund products are being sold by the banks. Okay.
Yes.
Suppose Axis Bank is
yes.
selling Axis mutual fund products and some other mutual fund products. So the bankers who are selling this product, do they need to?
So Dr. Mojumdar, your question is very common and it is very interesting
Relevant
question. So the bank employees by nature, they are all 5A compliant. So they are a mutual fund distributor. They can always sell. They cannot advise. They cannot give projections. They cannot give performance comparison. They cannot tell you this is good or bad. This is, this is fit for you. So they are just mutual fund distributor is just a carrier of the product from the manufacturer to the distributor to the client. Whereas the RIA, so if you walk into a Axis Bank, they will not tell you what is suited for you. They will tell you, although if they do it, they will do it on an illegal basis. But Axis Wealth, which is an advisory company, all their employees are 10A, 10B compliant because 10A, 10B is an advisory exam.
Okay,
so,
but
yes,
drawing the boundary is difficult.
Legally, they are supposed to, which Lalitji rightly said, banks are supposed to do that. But yes, सारी चीज आप देखेंगे going forward, it will be a massive restriction. So they cannot tell you because SEBI is now doing a lot of, lot of this witch hunt. So they are sending their representative to banks and understanding what is the level of advice that you are giving. If you are becoming an advisor, if you are like a, in medical practice, there is something called quack. So if you're not a medical doctor, but yet you are, there are a lot of medical practitioners who are not an MBBS, but they do in the, in villages, there is a very popular word called quack. So in financial services also, SEBI is very clear that they want to catch hold of these quacks who are MFDs, but doing an advisory business. SEBI is not restricting you to do advisory, but for that you clear the exam. That is what they're saying. It is not illegal, but you have to be compliant.
Right.
Kamalda, anything you say? You can say. Kamalda.
No, it's okay. Whatever I've learned and heard from Ramita and Dr. Shodab, it's all we have to be compliant with our business. This is the main criteria. Whatever we do, whether it's MFD or insurance agency or equity, it should be a combined force. Then it will be help not only for us but our client also, because some clients are missing direct equity. Where they are going to a broker directly, we are losing business sometime. Somehow, some brokers, mostly all brokers are now we are going to for the mutual fund business also, because we are still lucky enough that most of our clients is doing business with us only in mutual funds. And Ramita told that days are very soon that it will be we are going to lose our business the near future for this if we do not comply us with this category, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, Tamalda, you are absolutely correct. Because I will tell you a small incident which has recently happened here in Bombay. So there was a stockbroker who became a member of a group of these quacks who are giving research advisory to people and clients. So, and he complained to SEBI. So SEBI became a member as a client, and they got hold of the entire group. So my point is that the broker who is compliant to do equity business, so he will not let somebody who is not a compliant to take his business.
Right.
So after all, it's a competitive world. So why to get yourself exposed to those kind of embarrassment when the exams is very easy, when you've got the entire course material done, you know,
That's true.
it will not cost much for you to become compliant. Because if you're compliant, you are protected, you know,
Hmm.
nobody can raise any questions to you. You can come out in the newspaper today. There are so many regional channels. So during Diwali, you can spend 5,000 rupees and become a host. That can also act as a marketing material to all your clients. So this is something which is, this can increase your business manifold. That is what I'm saying. Matlab, becoming a research analyst on an RIA can help you to speak in media. You can do live shows with your client on stocks and everything. So there are so many ways by which you can do that. So why to just for ignorance? Because if you have built such a big business of mutual funds, and tomorrow if you want to do equity also with a sub broker and you become, so research analyst is something that which help you to multiply your business. So just for the sake of 10-15,000 rupees, why do you want to not to do it? And when the material, everything has been prepared and the success rate is going to be high. That is what Tamal, what you said
Right.
is correct. Hi,
I
Gautam da.
feel
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ তমলদা বলুন।
হ্যাঁ বললাম তো
হ্যাঁ
হ্যাঁ তো এগুলোই আমরা কমপ্লায়েন্ট হতে পারি আমরা, তাহলে তার থেকে ভালো কথা কিছু হতেই পারে না। এত যেখানে স্কোপ ইজ দেয়ার ইন সো মাচ, বিকজ আমরা 10A 10B করিয়েছি উইদাউট এনি ফিজ। সুতরাং সেই অপরচুনিটি গুলো আমরা যদি নিতে পারি এবং আমরা নিজেদের যদি কমপ্লায়েন্ট করতে পারি, তার থেকে ভালো তো কিছু হতেই পারে না। সো উই হোপ ফর দ্য বেস্ট। থ্যাংক ইউ গৌতম দা ফর ইয়োর generous effort, and Romit da and Dr. Subhash for your nice cooperation with our program. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tamalda. Biswajit Das, please tell me something about your queries and views. Biswajit Das. Biswajit Das.
না আমার মনে হয়ে গেছে। So I think people have got a clarity. If somebody has
Okay.
got any other query, they can
Yeah.
write to you directly and we can coordinate with that.
Devobroto Chakraborty is a old guy and he also technical person also. So Devobroto Chakraborty, please, from Chakda, Nodia. Debuda, please unmute and please tell about, unmute yourself.
কোন আছেন দেবুদা?
হ্যাঁ দেবুদা।
হ্যাঁ আছি, ভালো আছি। আমি তো এইভাবে দীর্ঘ 10-15 বছর ধরে কাজ করে যাচ্ছি, আস্তে আস্তে ডেভেলপ করছি এবং সম্পূর্ণটা গৌতমদার হেল্পের মাধ্যমে। আর আজকে যা নলেজটা গ্যাদার হলো তাতে তো আমার সবই মিলে যাচ্ছে যে আমার যা চিন্তা ভাবনা, সেই চিন্তা ভাবনার সাথে সাথে আমাকেও আরো এই বয়সে এখনো আরো 1 ডিসেম্বর থেকে আমাকে আবার এখনই মেন্টালি প্রিপারেশন নিচ্ছি যে আমাকে পাসগুলো করতেই হবে। কারণ আমার এতগুলো স্টাফ আছে, সেই স্টাফ গুলোর ভবিষ্যতের কথা চিন্তা করে আমাকে সেই জায়গাটায় যেতেই হবে। আমি
ভেরি গুড
এগ্রি আছি এবং খুব খুশি হলাম আজকের এই প্রোগ্রামটাতে, ভীষণ খুশি হলাম। নলেজটা থাকা দরকার এবং ভীষণ প্রয়োজন, ভীষণ। আমি প্রতিটা মুহূর্ত ঠিক এইভাবে গাইড করি কাস্টমারদেরকে যে আপনি কেন করবেন, রাখবেন, কত বছরের জন্য রাখবেন, তার উপর নির্ভর করে আমি ইনভেস্টমেন্ট গুলো করাই। আমাদের এই ইন্টেরিয়ার এলাকায় যেখানে মানে 5,000 টাকা রাখতে লোকে ভয় পায় মিউচুয়াল ফান্ডে, সেই জায়গা থেকে আজকে আমার 70 কোটির উপরে AUM করে করতে পেরেছি এবং সবই আমার এইভাবে এই গৌতম দা এই মাঝে মধ্যে বেকআপ দেয় যে চলুন 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 এই করে করে করে
রোমিত দা, ফর ইউর কাইন্ড ইনফরমেশন, দেবুদা কিন্তু সিএফপি কমপ্লিট করে নিয়েছে।
আমি
এটা
জানি
কিন্তু
হ্যাঁ
মানে
আমি জানি
এটা-
দেবুদার সাথে আমার দেবুদার সাথে কত বারে
এবং
ভুলে যাবো।
হ্যাঁ
এবং-
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
এবং তার অর্ধাঙ্গিনীকেও তাকেও ছাড়েনি, সেও চলছে 10 কমপ্লিট
ছাড়েনি।
করার জন্য।
তাকেও
দেবুদা একটু যেটা বললেন
complete
that is
করা
very important. matlab
Hmm.
whatever Debuda said is very important, that you have employees and you need to compliant to protect their career because they are looking at you for
এক্স্যাক্টলি
their
এক্স্যাক্টলি
family.
প্রোটেক্ট হ্যাঁ 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 হ্যাঁ
So
রাইট ওরা ওদের ওদের আমি যার জন্য এখন একটা প্রাইভেট লিমিটেড কোম্পানিতে কনভার্ট করেছি ওদের প্রোটেকশনের জন্য,
beautiful.
যাতে
super.
ওরা নিশ্চিন্তভাবে বসে থাকতে পারে এবং আমাকে প্রতিনিয়ত আপডেট হতে হচ্ছে ট্যাক্স থেকে আরম্ভ করে নানা রকম সাবজেক্টে নিয়ে আমি ইয়েটা করি।
Absolutely.
Hmm,
No,
সেইভাবেই
Debuda,
করে নিই।
any kind of an help, I'm there. So
অবশ্যই অবশ্যই
ইনফ্যাক্ট আমি দেবাশিস দীর্ঘাঙ্গিতার প্রচুর হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ এবং মানে ওই দেখি আমি ফেসবুক এবং এভরিথিং, মানে দ্য ওয়ে দ্য নিউ অ্যাডপশন আছে, মানে আমার মনে হয় রিসার্চ চ্যানেল ইজ সামথিং উইচ অল অফ ইউ শুড ডু ইট অ্যান্ড স্টার্ট টকিং অ্যাবাউট ইকুইটি ইফ ইউ হ্যাভ গট অ্যান ইন্টারেস্ট টু ডু দ্যাট। সো আই থিঙ্ক গৌতম দা উই আর থ্রু, মতলব তুমি এবার জাস্ট কনক্লুড
So-
করে নিতে পারো।
So I think any question from any, just now we conclude the session. So Saurabh da, please, Dr. Saurabh Mujumdar, please.
No, thank you very much. খুব অনেক কিছু জানলাম, শিখলাম। এই ইন্ডাস্ট্রি সম্বন্ধে আমার তো এতটা ধারণা ছিল না, আমি সরাসরি কাজ করিনি কখনো। তো এত যে নিয়ম কানুন হয়েছে সেটাও আমি জানতাম না। তো এখন তো দেখা যাচ্ছে যে পড়াশোনা না করলে কোনো উপায় নেই, মানে সার্টিফিকেশন, উইদাউট সার্টিফিকেশন কিছুই করা যাবে না। তো ইট ইজ অলসো গুড স্টেপ ফ্রম দ্য পয়েন্ট অফ সেবি। ওরাও তো ইনভেস্টরদের গার্ড করতে চাইছে বলেই এটা করতে চাইছে। তো এনিওয়ে, খুব ভালো লাগলো, আজকে অনেক কিছু জানলাম, শিখলাম। আবার একটা এরকম সেশন হবে, নিশ্চয়ই হবে।
Next
তখন
week
আমরা-
করব, next week we are doing another session next week.
হ্যাঁ ঠিক
Like
আছে।
this.
আমিও মডিউল গুলোর উপর দিয়ে একটুখানি আজকে আমি সব ডাউনলোড করে সব দেখছিলাম, আমি একটু দেখে নিই কিরকম কি আছে কোর্সে, তারপরে আমরা নেক্সট উইকে আবার একদিন বসে আলোচনা করব।
দেবুদা, হ্যালো দেবুদা।
হ্যালো, হ্যাঁ বলুন বলুন।
হ্যাঁ, বলছি যে আজকে আপনি এই আমাদের সবাইকে সেশনটা কনক্লুড করুন সম্বর্ধনা দিয়ে, যেটা ওয়েলকাম মেসেজ, সরি ওয়েলকাম কনক্লুশন। কারণ যেহেতু আপনি লায়ন্স ক্লাব করেন, আপনি জানেন ভোট অফ থ্যাঙ্কস, দ্যাট ইজ কল্ড ভোট অফ থ্যাঙ্কস। ইয়েস,
আমি তো এত কিছু বুঝি না দাদা, আমি সাধারণ মানুষ একটা, আমি কাজ করে যাই, এইটুকুই হচ্ছে ব্যাপার। আজকের সেশনটা যেন আরো বারে যেমন বললো জিতেশ দা যে আগামী শুক্রবারও আমাদের একটা এরকম একটা সেশন তৈরি হোক, তাহলে খুব খুশি হব। এই বলে আজকে আমি ভোট অফ থ্যাঙ্কসটা জানাই। ওকে,
থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ এভরিওয়ান।
থ্যাংক ইউ।
Good night everyone, and we all communicate everyone very shortly. Just wait for another 7 days, 10 days. We are ready.
থ্যাংক ইউ, গুড নাইট।
Good night.
Good night.